Okay, we're on one of our wild adventures. Tell us where we're at, John.
We're at the bottom of Smith Lake. This would be, I guess, the Sixty River at this point. Well, it'd be the beginning of the Warrior River.
John used to come down here and fish.
They didn't have sidewalks back when I came down here.
But the turbines are open from the dam, right?
Yes,
See how swift the water is? Now, you could come up it right now in a boat.
Yeah, but now,
But couldn't that change drastically?
if they turn the turbines off, you could be stranded.
So Smith Lake is one of the largest lakes in the United States.
It's one of the cleanest lakes.
It's one of the cleanest
I think
lakes
it's in the top 10.
in the United States. That's where Michael's parents live. And then this is water coming from the dam.
The Sixty River makes up Smith, runs into Smith Lake, and then there's a lot of other contributaries. And then when it leaves here, I guess this would be the 60, and it meets the Mulberry, and then they come in and form the Warrior.
Uh-huh.
But if you'll notice how shallow it is, you can see the rocks down there.
Oh,
at the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah.
So,
Isn't it beautiful
But-
greenery, though?
but when we fished down here,
But now, how long ago are we talking about, babe?
well, before we were married,
What is that?
that is a piece of iron. They probably had a pipe or something in the water, for the pumping
Can y'all
station.
see that on here?
Right.
Yeah, there's a piece of iron in there.
But this, you could just walk in all this because so many people would fish down here. They had this clean. It would stay.
Yeah, that's when
clean.
people didn't have nothing to do. People don't do nothing no more. So how high can this water get? Because it tells you up there,
This is about as high as it
is it? Okay. So there's no danger of it.
It might get a little bit more higher, but it's not going to get a lot higher.
And then how much lower?
Oh, it'll
Look at those big rocks under there.
it'll get way lower than it. It'll get to where there's just little potholes of water out there.
Really?
Yes.
So what is the purpose of turning the turbines on and off? What does that do?
You didn't really ask that question.
I did.
Well, when you turn the turbines on, it runs through the turbine that generates power for all us people to have power to go to our house.
Right,
They're electric generators is what they are.
right,
And they're water powered.
right,
And if the turbines ain't turning, they're not producing no power.
right.
So they turn the turbines on, and they have to run the water through to spin the turbines.
But why does water come out though?
Because it's coming into the lake, they got an inlet.
What is that down there? What is that green thing?
See, this is why the turbines are on.
Uh-huh.
That is out of water. That's just moss and weeds down there.
That green, that bright green is?
Yeah, it's that grass right there. It's underwater because the turbines are on.
Well, I see that grass
Yeah,
underwater.
That's the same
but
grass.
that
That's
rocks are green right there.
Yeah, there's rock ledge there, and
Uh-huh.
that grass runs around it.
Wow, look at that.
When the turbines is off, that'll be out of the water.
I got you.
But
Well, I knew the turbines.
they built the dam to back up the lake to let water into the dam to go into the turbine to spin the turbine to generate power. It's a power generating plant. And so when that water comes out of that lake and goes into that turbine, it has to exit somewhere, and this is the exit.
Okay.
The turbines are running. We're producing
Well,
power.
sounding of horn and or rising water means dangerous conditions in river, exit river and bay. So is this where so you can go all the way down to the water right here.
That's what I'm telling you. When the turbines is off, you can walk down that shoreline.
I got you.
See, the water's up.
Well, it'd
right
probably
there.
be fun. You probably get out in part of the water then.
Oh, I've been up in it in the boat like that right there all the way to the dam.
So this is the reason it gives the danger warning, because you could be out there swimming in small pockets or fishing,
Yeah.
and then the water, you can see how swift it is.
Yeah, that water is.
Can I just tell you, I wish something like this was in our backyard. Can I just tell you that, not that I do a whole lot right now, but can I just tell you, if this was in my backyard or a creek, and I'm going to have it when I get to heaven, because I've told him I want it. I think water is so calming, and I can't swim a lick. Well, I can swim. I can swim. I used to swim in Michael's pool when I was in control. If I ever got pushed in, I probably would drown.
The panic.
The panic. But I never was allowed to go swimming. And I've always, of course, I'm not big into zodiac signs at all, but I am a Pisces. And I do believe there is something to do, or it's either just coincidental that I love water and I'm a Pisces. I'm also watching for snakes because this looks awful snaky to me. All right, I'll turn it back on since you're through.
I was just down here looking at these.
No, you weren't. I turned around and was filming, and I was like, oh my God, he's fixing to use the bathroom. Man, you've so got it made when it comes to the bathroom.
Yep, you down here on the rocks and you out there fishing and...
Where's the horn? There's a horn blows right here, I guess.
Somewhere around one of them, that pumping station.
So this empties into the Sipsey River?
This is the Sipsey River.
This is the Sipsey River.
See, and
Hey, John, tell about all the houses that are under Smith Lake.
Well, they built the lake, I think it was...
1950...
No, it was like...
60s.
It was like, I think it was around 65. I think they started construction about 61, about the year I was born. But I worked with a gentleman that lived in Cold Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a farm up there. And he remembered when they built the dam. And he said they went around and they cleared like maybe a quarter of a mile of where the water line was going to be, and then all the rest of it, the houses and everything, when they started backing it up, it just backed over houses, farms, and
well, I mean, of course they had purchased all that.
Yeah, they purchased.
But
all
how
that.
did they know how far it would go?
Well,
I guess that's the engineering part.
Engineering portion of it, yeah. They have like all the topo maps. They know how everything laid.
But there are houses and barns and stuff like that.
And Bill said there's houses and probably tractors and cars and junkyards and everything else in the bottom.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Smith Lake is a beautiful
and they
lake.
thought it would take something like 6-8 years to fill up, and it filled up like in a year or two.
Really?
Yeah, it filled up way
Isn't
faster.
there a book? I'd love to have a book on the history of that.
You know, Josh Madison actually done a paper on it.
Yeah, you can see that grass down there, just where it probably just a few hours ago was out in the sunshine. Now, I wonder how long it stays this full.
Till they turn the turbines off. Then it'll drop.
It'll just, because it stops the flow of it.
Yeah, they're releasing water in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say they might be releasing 10,000 gallons a minute right now.
That's crazy. I'd like to be down here when it's not like this, and then when they turn it on.
And you can get a schedule of it.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that'd be neat. This is so pleasant. We went to eat, and then we just rode back a different way, and he wanted to bring me down here. So y'all used to fish down here all the time at night?
Yeah, and like I said, this walkway wasn't here.
Mm-hmm. You just did it off the bank?
And all this, you walk down here, you can drive your car a lot further than what you
Oh, yeah, we had to park. They got it closed off.
And these big rocks, we'd just get out there on them. And then I've been here when the water was so dry and low that it wasn't even... That little point over there is the deepest point.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it's been to where I could go halfway out into the water, just,
walking.
Yeah, just walking across rocks and stuff at certain points.
That's interesting.
And we'll see it this summer if we were to come down here with the turbines off. You'll see how far down it goes. You know how far down it goes because that grass will not grow.
No,
underwater. That's not seaweed.
No, that's grass.
That's weed.
It's just regular grass like what's on the bank.
Yeah. So water's come on.
Well, there's a little, what kind of lesson? Geological?
Yeah. Well,
Something for y'all. I just thought it was neat. I'd like to come back when the water's not here.
And of course you can see your river birches. You want to get into the Audubon.
The Audubon.
We got the river birches that's leaning over the
Oh,
river.
yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. It's just beautiful down here.
So,
beautiful. Y'all used to come at night?
Yeah.
Were y'all not scared to just come into the woods and
Nope.
Fish off the
That's what we done.
banks.
That's what we done. That's who we was.
Y'all weren't afraid of snakes and
Nope.
serial
We
killers?
were young.
John fished his whole life. You weren't afraid of serial killers?
No, wasn't nothing like that.
We didn't have to worry about that back then. Nobody would have bothered you if they drove up on you.
The bad guys knew us and they left us alone. Oh, wait a minute. That's a song, isn't it?
I don't know. You're the rocker, not me. He'll break into song any minute now.
As Muhammad Ali would say, I'm so mean, I'm scared of myself.
Oh, this is peaceful. Nice little detour, babe. We'll walk back up. You see what they got for you to... They got it prepared, too, in case the water did ever come up here. There's strawberries, wild strawberries.
We call them blackberries, right?
Oh, is that blackberries? I'm sorry, it is blackberries. We called them blackberries. Well, they were red, and they just caught me off guard. Oh, Lord. Now, see, I would have known that was blackberries. Ooh, ooh. Oh, who loves a blackberry cobbler?
Everybody, all Americans.
Oh, that's good. A little tart, but good.
Well, that's why you boil them and put sugar.
I know, I know.
You cook them down and throw the sugar to them.
We need a blackberry bush.
We do. This will be a good one here, because look how that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at them down here.
Lord, that one's full. Look at them strawberries. Oh, they're good too, y'all.
I used to pick them for $2 a gallon.
Where at?
Huh? Anywhere I could find them.
And sell them?
Yeah.
Good. They're a little tart, but they're good.
Yum, 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 yum.
Those are good. Well, it's Wednesday evening. How are y'all? I'm getting ready to go to church. Choir practice at 6, church at 6:30, choir practice after church. Choir practice at 6 is just to run over something we're gonna sing tonight. Oh my goodness, my nose is itching. Wednesday nights are hard for me. Sunday mornings are hard for me. I just can't quit going when it's convenient, or I'd never go. Okay, I only got just a few minutes to get to the church, and I wanted to tell y'all something. You like my fancy hairdo? Whenever I tell you something, and if something changes, I want to follow up with it. And something I told y'all has changed drastically, and I want to make sure and give God the glory for the wonderful change. Okay, this car is just creeping along. So I shared with you about a week or so ago, I was, you know, I wasn't upset. I was a little doing a little soul searching when I told you that somebody had made the comment that they unsubscribed because I was always bragging. Well, I just want you to know that that is just mute, done, over. The subscriber who said that felt so convicted by God that they wrote me the most precious long email and said, what in the world was I thinking? That truly was not so. That was not even like them to do that, and how sorry they were for it. And would I please forgive them? Of course, the minute that I saw the email and first started reading it, I thought, because I had pretty much already put it out of my mind. Like I said, I did some soul searching, and they just said that they were just having a dark time, that they had watched me for a long time. They knew that was not true. Just something triggered them that day. And we all say things that we're not supposed to at times. And I've said things and literally wished I could pull it back in, that I never said it. And I think this is the way that they felt about that. Just total remorse. And I just wrote them back and I said, it is over. It's really been over, but I accept your apology. I am so thankful you wrote me and cleared this up. That's what Christians are supposed to do. And this person is a Christian. And they just said, you know, I was just in a dark place. There's nothing I can say to really justify it. I was just in a dark place. And hey, we've all been there. And except for the mercy and grace and forgiveness of God, we'd all be in a lot of trouble a lot of times. So I appreciate that. You know who you are. Nobody else will. And I appreciate it so much. And we wrote back a couple of times, exchanged conversations with each other. And so I brought you the bad, or it wasn't really bad. It was an opinion. And so I bring you the good. And that is exactly what God wants us to do. Secondly, I need some subscribers on my channel. Even if you're not going to watch the Bible lessons, go subscribe. Because when you get to 1,000, you start getting monetized. And no, that's not the reason I do it. But yes, if I'm going to put all that time into it, I normally give my checks to some part of the church. So therefore, it's important. I also buy Bibles, as a lot of you know. And that helps me with that. And the main thing is that once you reach 1,000, everything changes for your channel, and they're really going to put you out there. So some of you are not subscribing. I should have 1,000 just like that. I think I had 165 last night. So where are y'all? I told you Jesus would get you if you don't subscribe. So subscribe. Okay, third. I'm already at the church, but I'm early. Clarissa on Rissa Be Vlogging, I had given her a shout out, her channel, a while back, but I asked her to go somewhere with me Saturday night. I have been asked by a classmate. Now y'all want to hear this? We're getting ready to start our 50th. How does this even happen? Our 50th reunion will be next year. And so we've done a 10, we did a 25, and we did a 40. And we have good participation in our group. We're just so tickled because the guys get as excited about as the girls do about it, the women. So we're getting ready to start back planning our 50th reunion. Of course, we've lost several in the last 10 years. And so a classmate of mine, we lost touch for years and just went different ways. But she called me and she said, what are you doing in 2 weekends? And I said, well, I don't know. Why? And she said, I'm getting married. Her husband died 2 years ago with COVID. They had been married 34 years. And he died 2 years ago. And obviously, from what she says, she has known this guy. And they are getting married. And I'm going to sing at their wedding Saturday. So I've got to go up for rehearsal. It's about an hour and a half from me. And John just hates wedding. He's done so many weddings through the years. He's just over weddings. So Clarissa has offered to go. Well, she didn't offer, I asked her. And it's supposed to be a big affair, but I am singing 2 very hard songs that I don't know. So I've been practicing them today. I'm working on putting together a a book for my friend, and it's a very hard project, and I have put it off because I haven't felt good, and I just said I've got to bite the bullet and get started. I make books on blurb. This one's got a lot of pictures and detail work in it, but the last 2 days I have been getting down and getting it done. So and I just, oh my gosh, I guess I'm gonna have to call the doctor back and get some tests run, because I'm just not getting over. Some of you asked me had I had different things checked, and I had blood work done the last time I was at the doctor, and everything was fine. I take vitamin D, I'm taking other things. I think I need, y'all that watch Away Girl, she's talking about taking Finnerman. I think I need some Finnerman. It's speed. Oh, I get so thirsty. Anyway, so yeah, good news. An email of apology. And I'll see you in a little bit. Hear that wind a blowing. It's Thursday evening. It's trying to come up a summer. Ooh. Lord, send the rain. Oh, we need it so badly. So badly. So many times, we've been living here 22 years, I think, this fall. And there are so many times, like if you just go straight, well, really our church is right over there, straight back over there. Because like when they play football, we can hear the bands and stuff. So if you went the way the crow flies, just, maybe the way the crow flies, maybe 1.5 miles, it's where the main road is. But I can just tell you, there have been so many times through the years living here that it has rained like crazy out on the highway, not to rain here. I honestly think we're in a little strip. I don't know what. I know it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but our neighbor even identified with us that we get skipped with rain sometimes. I'll break down, let y'all see me. I just got out of the shower and washed my hair. This was supposed to be a girls' night for my 3 other friends and myself that worked at the high school together. And actually, one is the principal at the high school now. But one of the ladies couldn't go. She was taking her grandkids to the beach. And then the 3 of us were going to go. And I've had a horrible headache today. And this kind of ongoing thunderstorms usually does that for me. And I feel so bad because I know, especially one of my friends, how badly she was wanting it. And I felt so bad. And I took stuff this morning. I woke up with it. And so I took stuff this morning to try to make it better, and it just didn't ease. And I've just been wanting to eat today. I ate cantaloupe. I ate yogurt and cottage cheese. But then I was just going in there. I think I ate a half of a cantaloupe all day. Maybe a lot of cantaloupe. So I've just been hungry today, too. I don't know why. Hungry and then just looking for something to satisfy. And so I told y'all earlier in this that I have a wedding rehearsal tomorrow evening and then the wedding Saturday. And so John hates weddings. So Clarissa's going with me to the wedding, but I didn't have anybody to go to the rehearsal. So I think he's decided he'll go with me to the rehearsal because I think it's going to be, and then they're going out to dinner at 5, and she really wanted me to go to dinner too. So that way I can stay and us go to dinner. So I think he's going with me, but my head has eased a little bit in the last couple of hours. Maybe taking the second headache pill has helped. When storms, and it's been stormy like this off and on all week, and when it does that, my head hurts. Feels so good. I have enjoyed this porch so much this summer already. We've not had the hot part of summer yet, and so when when the humidity's down. Of course, I got a ceiling fan up above me. But I have sat out here and written in my prayer journal. I need to do some more lives from out on the porch, don't I? I used to do those. Why did I quit doing them? I don't know. You can see where I got bit sitting out here. Something bit me on my arm. I'll try to do that in the next few weeks, is to do some lives from the porch. Posted a new teaching video on Let Your Light Shine today. So if you're not subscribed to that, you're not going to get notifications, and I'm not going to put any more new teaching lessons on the Suzanne Light channel. So please go over there and subscribe. And I've been listening to some preaching this afternoon on YouTube, and this world is in a mess right now. I have never heard so much. I just don't even hardly watch the news. And I'll watch some news clips on YouTube, but I don't think it's going to get a lot better. I think that Satan is pushing all of the agendas right now to get us to buckle, and we're not going to buckle as Christians. But I just want to remind you that if you... And I say this purely out of love. Truly out of love. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any reason to be sitting here saying this. But if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, what are you waiting on? Because you don't have to give up anything. Well, there may be some things you have to give up. I shouldn't say that. The things that you do have to give up, you will find out they don't mean anything. But Jesus Christ is going to come back, and he's going to take his church. He's going to come for his bride, and we as Christians feel like that we know that it's sooner than it's ever been. That goes without saying. But times have changed so drastically that we really feel in our hearts that the time has been accelerated. And and we use the word rapture, and the word rapture is not even in the Bible, but it means a catching away. It says that he's going to step out on the clouds, and he's going to call the dead in Christ first home, and then those who remain will be caught up together with them in the air to go home. It's going to be the rapture of the church. Now, you really don't want to be here after the Christians are raptured. Say, Suzanne, how can God show partiality? He's not showing partiality. He is saying, I created you to worship me. I created you to love me. And we have to accept that. And the thing is, Jesus Christ died on the cross. And you have to realize that you are so special to him that he would have died on the cross if it had just been you. Now, see, our brains can't really comprehend that kind of love, because our human love is very conditional. But I read this week, we tell people Jesus loves you. Okay? But let me tell you like this. Jesus loved you. You're like, Suzanne, that's in the past tense. Yes, because he loved you and I so much that he died on the cross. He knew then who we were and who we were going to be. See, our brains can't think like that. But when you think about that he died in the past for all of us in the present, boy, that's love. That's love. And I just want to tell you that after the rapture of the church, it's going to be some very hard times. It's going to be what's called the tribulation. From what we gather, from what we study, 3.5 years of not so bad, trying to get the people calmed back down after all these people disappear. and 3.5 years of very, 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 very bad time. That's what I'm going to be teaching on in Revelation, and I'm studying. And I don't want any of y'all left behind. And it's going to happen, guys. And let's just say, if you don't believe it, what if I'm right? What have you got to lose giving your life to Christ? Especially if I'm right. You know, He doesn't take away our desires. He doesn't take away our life. He actually gives us life. We die to the flesh is what we do. We die to the flesh. And through losing this weight, I've had to really die to the flesh lots of days, because I can't just eat a whole bag of Twizzlers, because I have in the past. I love Twizzlers. Or king-size Snickers bars. See, you can kind of look at like a king-size Snicker bar like sin. You know, it can be really good when you're eating it, but then the end results of it, it's going to put the poundage on you. It's going to run your blood sugar up. It's going to put meat on your hips. And, you know, I've just had to learn that I can't eat king-size Snicker bars and lose weight and maintain. Now, can I have a Snickers bar every now and then? Sure, probably not a king-size one. But you can let go of the things of this world in order for you to have eternal life. And y'all watch my life. I have a good life. I have a very happy life. There's nothing that I've given up that I want back. I have a great life. Contentment and peace and joy and an assurance of eternal salvation. Man, that's worth everything. You know, it's not always an easy life, nor is the life without Christ. It's just a life knowing that, hey, I don't have to be in charge of everything anymore. Because when I submit my life to Jesus Christ, He will actually be in charge of things for me. He will give me direction and wisdom and guide me. So many major decisions that I've made in my life have been because He has guided me and directed me. And they've been the right things because I prayed about it. It's just a good life, y'all. And I promise you with everything inside of me that Jesus Christ is coming back to gather His saints one day. And I think it's going to be soon. It may be 5 years. It may be 10 years. But I think it could happen today. That's how much I believe it. I believe it could happen today. And when that trumpet's going to sound, we're going to be gone. So we live our lives. Oh, there's another thunder. Come on, rain. Come on, rain. Rain on this address. You know what the address is. I can't give it out here, but you know what it is. So what we do, we plan for the future as if He's not coming back for 100 years. But then we live every day as if this could be the day that Jesus comes back. It's a good way to live. Plan. I believe in planning. I believe in planning. I believe in working hard. I believe in all of that. But I want to live day by day knowing this could be the day that Jesus comes back, and I'm going to be ready to go with Him. Well, I'm out here on the back porch in my gown. I promise y'all when I do a live, I won't have my gown on. I've probably done it before. All right. I think I'm going in the house. I was coming out here to sit because I really thought it was fixing to start raining. And I love to sit out on the porch when it's raining. But it sounds like it's passed over us again. So, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. Oh. So, Sue and Ashley from New York. Thank y'all so much the ones who gave. Just amazing. And I know Sue is going to be sending out thank you notes when she returns. And but they're in England, so just keep her. I think tomorrow is Friday, is her mother's service. So just keep her in your prayers. She'll be there for a week. She was just in, if you watched her last video, she was just tied up in knots. The reality that she's going to the very place where her mother's body is, and that her mother is truly gone. It's gonna be hard, but y'all have been so precious. This YouTube community, my subscribers, my friends, y'all have reminded me of a church family, because when people are in need, the church family steps in. And if you didn't send money, that's perfectly fine. There's a lot of you that have prayed a lot of prayers, and a lot of you don't have it to send. You didn't feel led. Listen, trust me, we did good. We did good. And your prayers are more important than anything else. But we did good. And I know that the Lord will bless all of you that have prayed and those that you gave monetarily. So anyway, I'm going to get in the house. I think I'm going to go edit this video and get it up. I've got a few days, different things on it. So I love you, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. You are my family. So many of y'all, and I know a lot of you feel like you know me like family, but you never comment. And that's okay. And then there's some of you that comment on every video. And it's really special just to have y'all and for y'all to be with me on a regular basis. Anyway, let's go in the house and let's go edit this video. Until next time, mwah, I love y'all.